Welcome back. I'm Professor MJ, holder of a PhD in statistics, live from Aruba. This is my YouTube channel where I offer you, the savvy sports investor, advice on placing wager on sports. This video is for week 10 of the college football season. I will offer you betting picks for two games I like for this weekend's games. First, let's look back at week 9. We went 1-1 with the free picks. The Wisconsin-Oregon game was never in doubt. However, Vanderbilt and Missouri both had their worst offensive performances. For those of you that are premium members, you had another winning week with the picks shown there. That's 5 of the last 7 weeks as winners. And we hit again with the third straight college football LOBSTER bet. The game was tied 7-7 at halftime, so it was an easy victory. The winners keep rolling in. If you want to join in on the LOBSTER bet this week, my #1 play of the weekend, click the link below in the description to gain exclusive access. Let's head to Austin, where at noon, the #9 Vanderbilt Commodores visit the #20 Texas Longhorns. This has the making of yet another playoff elimination game. Vandy will put its 5-game win streak on the line. They burned us a few days ago with a weak performance. One of the nation's best third-down teams only mustered 3 of 10 against Missouri last week. Not good. Now they go up against a top 10 defense in Texas. Backbone of the team, quarterback Diego Pavia, is looking uphill. He's a little gimpy going in, and I don't expect him to have much success against a defensive squad with several NFL players. For the year, Vanderbilt has relied on their running game, netting 200-plus yards a game. Last week, Missouri was able to key on the run game and slow them down. Take out the busted 80-yard explosive TD, and Vandy only averaged 2.2 yards an attempt. I believe Texas will do the same thing. Try and take away the run game, keep contained on a hobbled Pavia, and make him beat you with his arm. A hurdle that might be too big for Vandy's receivers against the Texas secondary. However, Pavia has been a superhero, leading his team to its top 10 ranking. Is the fun ride over for the Doors? Texas, a 2.5-point favorite, is going to have an advantage at home. However, it appears that Arch Manning is still in concussion protocol and may miss the game. That turns the reins over to 5th-year Matt Caldwell. While he's a veteran, which always matters, he does not strike fear into the hearts of the Commodores. Even if Arch Manning plays, that means Texas most likely will be conservative, lean on the run game and short passing. Tick-tock, keep the clock rolling. So, struggling offense against a great defense, and on the other side, a conservative offense. Slow game script. Earlier in the week, I got the full game under at 46.5. I like it down to the key number of 45. For my official play, however, I am going to isolate the first half. If you have multiple books you play at, and you should, you can compare lines. The first half and first quarter lines tend to be inefficient at a lot of places. This is an opportunity for us to take advantage of that. I see first half totals of 23.5 down to 21. Truthfully, I like them all. I think this game starts slow and conservative while the teams figure each other out. I see something like a 13-6 at halftime. The first official play is the first half under 23 points in Vanderbilt versus Texas. Please hit the thumbs up below, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please get on board. Join us and increase your bankroll. Next game, I know we're not supposed to call it anymore, but it's still what I call it. It's the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Head down south to Florida, where the traditional Georgia-Florida game will take place for the last time in Jacksonville for a few years, while Everbank Stadium undergoes serious renovations. This year, the game has the number 5 Bulldogs as 7-point favorites and a game total around 50. Rivalry games are always fun and something unexpected always happens. So for these kind of games, I try and keep the analysis simple. The analysis is fireworks. Something crazy will happen. Georgia and its leader, Gunnar Stockton, have slowly creeped up the offensive rankings and now sport a top 30 offense. Remember how earlier in the year I remarked about how boring and bad they were? Now they are averaging 35 points a game. Let's keep it simple. More of that, please. More offensive fireworks for the Dogs. Florida, as it tends to do, is all over the place. Earlier in the year, they knocked off Texas and each week find new ways to lose, including a home loss to South Florida. All of that cost Billy Napier his job. Now it's time for the Gators to wipe the slate clean and come into the game with some electricity. Quarterback DJ Lagway is explosive. That's explosive good and explosive bad. It's hard to forget the 5 interceptions against LSU. But this kid can do some things. I think interim coach Billy Gonzalez will have them fired up and ready. I just don't think they are good enough. In the last 8 meetings, Georgia has won 7 of them, only losing in the COVID year. Most notable, those 8 games have averaged 54.4 points a game. That's roughly a score of 34-20. I think that's what we're looking for here. Another game full of scores, breakdowns and big plays, loud fans, fights in the stands, you know, a Georgia-Florida game. I think this one has several things to target. You could consider Florida plus 4.5 in the first half, maybe keep it close at the start. Go with Old Faithful and do a Georgia first half under, which sits at 24.5. I like both of those. However, I'm going to target the full game. I think Georgia comes out in the second half and puts the hammer down. I really like the full game over 50.5. However, you cannot trust the Gators. I'm not sure they are good for their 20 points. I am going to double down on the Dogs with my official picks and take both Georgia to cover the 7 points and them to go over their team total of 29.5 points. Georgia wins 40-16. Here's a final reminder to grab this week's best bet in college football, called the Lobster Bet. We've been smashing the bookies with those high confidence plays, and it comes with a money back guarantee. Last week we picked up a no sweat win with Stanford plus 17.5 points in the first half. Just follow the link in the comments below and let's grow our bankrolls together. Cheers, my friend!